Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this movie is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is bringing in new elements to the Star Wars franchise, elements that we have never seen before in the Skywalker saga that are going to be used in a way in order to truly evolve Star Wars lore and everything that happens within the Star Wars universe. So we do know that J.J. Abrams is very ambitious about this movie. He views this movie as a very important one, not just for the sequel trilogy, but for the entire Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions. This is where things begin to get very intriguing for moments within the third act of the film. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of both Kylo Ren and Rey running across the First Order battlefield, where it's described that Kylo is chasing Rey where she is trying to escape. It's described that Kylo is wearing his helmet during the on-foot chase, where Y-Wings are making bombing runs in the background. The next describes Kylo Ren igniting his lightsaber and striking Rey and locking their blades together, where it's said that the environment around them begins to shift to the world of Tatooine, where it's described that they are fighting on a high canyon, where it's described that Jabba's palace can be seen in the background with the binary sunset to the right of the frame. It said that plans for the sequence include the sun setting in a time-lapse fashion, as Kylo and Rey fight each other. The next describes Rey kicking Kylo Ren down to the ground, where it said that Kylo suddenly lands on a beach of a tropical world, where Rey is described to still be on Tatooine as both of their sabers clash again. The world that Kylo is on may or may not be the planet of Scarif from Rogue One. The next describes both worlds eventually fusing together, where Kylo and Rey are back on the battlefield of the First Order, where it said that Kylo force pushes Rey and begins to levitate her in the air, where he is said to provide new truths to Rey that are described to be revealed progressively throughout their lightsaber duel. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, obviously this has to do with the flash fights that are going to be a thing in Episode 9 by JJ and Chris Terrio. In case you guys have no idea, flash fights are basically a mixture of force bonds, flashbacks, and a regular lightsaber duel. So what do I make about all of this? Well, one thing I will say is that this really is intriguing because this brings us back to the world of Tatooine, specifically in the background where we do get to see Jabba's palace once again, between both Rey and Kylo Ren fighting in a lightsaber duel, where the binary sunset in the background is actually planned to set in a time-lapse way. So what's really interesting about this is that it makes one wonder, when they're actually in this environment of Tatooine and where Kylo Ren arrives on that tropical world where he's on the beach, are they really on these worlds? Or is this a mere, I guess you could say like a matrix of some kind, if you will, or just an imagining of where they really are? You know, I think what it really is at the very end of the day is it's very similar to what happened to Rey in The Force Awakens, where in that Force vision, she was literally inside of the hallway, right? Inside of the corridors of Cloud City. But was she really there? No. So that's exactly what these flash forwards, or should I say these flash fights, are said to be, basically, is that it is indeed a mixture of flashbacks, flash forwards, and of course, you know, force bonds as well, which is a very interesting take by J.J. Abrams in a very unique way, in order to evolve the idea, you know, of what the force bond really is between Rey and Kylo, what the flashbacks and the forwards really mean in this story, as well as bringing something new to the table when it comes to lightsaber duels that's going to allow us to see moments of the past, different worlds that range from different eras of the Star Wars films, which honestly, guys, in my opinion, this is a very smart move by JJ, and I think it's a great way to evolve the idea of lightsaber duels and exactly what's possible within the Star Wars universe. So the next piece that I do want to go over is how they eventually arrive back at the First Order battlefield, and once they're back at the battlefield, this is the moment in which Kylo Ren is able to force push Rey out of his way and levitate her in mid-air, where he reveals a certain truth to her, where progressively throughout this whole entire lightsaber duel, Kylo keeps on basically revealing new truths to Rey that really brings her in a fit of rage and gears toward the dark side of the Force. Now, what truths are, of course, you know, Kylo Ren revealing to Rey during their lightsaber duel? That's a big question on the table for discussion right now, of course, but one thing that we do know about this film is that J.J. Abrams is really trying his very hardest in order to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren, in order to evolve all these different ideas, such as this lightsaber duel now called a flash fight in Episode 9, in order to really make it something very unique and original that stands on its own away from both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And honestly, guys, I think that this is a very unique and interesting idea. It's all a matter of how it's going to be executed on the big screen is the thing that I'm really mystified about right now. Exactly what the visual effects are going to look like once this is all done and complete. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.